In focus, 5 stars who could win the Europa League for Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt have reached their first European final since 1980 and will be looking for a hero on the big stage. The German outfit stunned Barcelona and West Ham to reach tonight's Europa League showpiece and will be hoping to win continental silverware for just the second time in their history. Ahead of their clash with Rangers, we take a look at 5 players who could decide the final in Frankfurt's favor. Filip Kostic. Arguably Frankfurt's player of the season, Filip Kostic will certainly need to perform at his best if the Bundesliga side are to be victorious. The Serbian wing-back, 29, has the most goal involvements of any Frankfurt player in all competitions this season and is the leading assist provider in the Europa League this term. He is a crucial player in Oliver Glasner's 3-4-3 system and could well prove to have a decisive say in the final. Transfer talk, Rangers return on the cards for Scotland ace Billy Gilmour's promising career looks to have stalled, but a move to Rangers could get Chelsea's prodigious starlet back on track. The Scotland international has struggled to make an impact while on loan at relegated Norwich this season. And he is now being linked with another loan move north of the border, with the Gers reportedly keen on bringing him to Ibrox next term. As Giovanni van Bronckhorst's outfit prepare for tonight's Europa League final against Eintracht Frankfurt, we consider how such a deal could pan out for both parties. Ibrox beginnings. Gilmour is a product of Rangers Academy, having joined the Glaswegian Giants at the age of 8. The midfielder rose through the youth ranks, receiving national attention in 2016 after making his debut for the under-20s side aged just 15. As a result, Gilmour was invited to train with the first team by then-manager Marc in January 2017, before being handed a squad number shortly after. But before the Irvine native had made a first-team appearance at Ibrox, he turned down a professional contract and moved to Chelsea in the summer of 2017. Carra hails Bobby after Firmino's dazzling display at Saints. Jamie Carragher has hailed Roberto Firmino as one of Liverpool's greatest players of the Jurgen Klopp era after the Brazilian's impressive display in the win at Southampton. The Reds' wealth of attacking options has seen the 30-year-old's game time significantly reduced this term after years of being a regular starter under the German boss. But after being handed a rare chance at St. Mary's as Klopp made 9 changes to last Saturday's FA Cup winning side, the forward was one of the standout performers as the title chasers came from a goal down to win 2-1 on the south coast. The victory ensured Manchester City were made to wait to be crowned Premier League champions, with the thrilling title race now to be decided on a mouth-watering final day. On Firmino's performance, ex-Reds defender Carragher said, "I thought he was brilliant. He came on at the weekend in the cup final and he wasn't great, actually, in that. You can understand these players not being up to speed sometimes. But in the first 10 to 15 minutes tonight when Liverpool weren't at their best, he and Harvey Elliott were brilliant. When you think what he has done for this football club. He wasn't signed by Jurgen Klopp, he was signed by Brendan Rodgers and Liverpool weren't sure what to do with him." Premier League kits 2022-23, every club's new home, away and third strip. As the 2021-22 campaign draws to a close, eyes have already turned to next season and the kits Premier League clubs will be wearing. Barring Brentford, who have taken the traditional route of keeping their home shirt the same, every top-flight club will be sporting new threads in the 2022-23 campaign. This page will keep you up to date with every Premier League club's new home, away and third kits as they are released. Sharp calls Forest fan a scumbag for headbutting him. Billy Sharp has branded the Nottingham Forest fan who left him requiring stitches a scumbag. The injured Sheffield United skipper was assaulted after his side were beaten on penalties last night as Forest booked their place in the Championship playoff final. Sharp, a former loanee at the City Ground, had been on the sidelines during the shootout and was trying to help his teammates off the pitch as jubilant fans invaded the field. The striker, 36, took to Twitter this morning to give his view on the sour incident that saw him knocked to the ground by a headbutt. Sharp said, "One mindless idiot ruined what was an unbelievable night of football. As an ex-Forest player, I will not let one scumbag ruin my respect for the Forest fans. Incredibly proud to be captain of this group of Sheffield United players, they gave their all and can hold their heads up high. We will be back and go again. Thanks for all your messages and support. In focus, the League Two stars of the season. The League Two playoffs are in full swing, after a scintillating conclusion to the fourth tier's regular season. Forest Green beat Exeter to the league title on goal difference, while Bristol Rovers sealed the final promotion spot in similarly dramatic fashion, winning 7-0 on the last day to go up on goals scored ahead of Northampton. And the campaign was just as notable for some of the hot prospects and established performers who starred for their clubs over the past year. Ahead of the second leg of the Cobblers' playoff semi-final clash with Mansfield tonight, here are 5 top talents who caught the eye this term. Dominic Telford, Newport. Where better to start than with League Two's top scorer? Newport centre-forward Dominic Telford hit a whopping 25 goals in 37 appearances, seeing off his nearest challenger Matty Stevens by 2 strikes. Only 4 teams in the division netted more times than the Welsh outfit, with the 25-year-old's contribution accounting for over a third of his team's 67 goals. Van Bronckhorst lifting Rangers to new heights, says Arveladze. Giovanni van Bronckhorst can continue to take Rangers to new heights after their Europa League final against Eintracht Frankfurt, believes former Ibrox favourite Shota Arveladze. The Scottish Premiership outfit are bidding for a second major European honour in their history, half a century on from their Cup Winners' Cup triumph, in Seville on Wednesday. It marks an outstanding achievement for Van Bronckhorst, having only taken the reins from Steven Gerrard halfway through the season after the title-winning manager left for Aston Villa. But the Dutchman, who enjoyed a 3-year spell at Rangers as a player, could lift the team up another level with time, according to Arveladze. Joe shows every single game and every single day how much further he could bring the team, bring the club, the Hull City manager told Stats Perform. Credit to Gerrard, who did a good job before him, and which Joe continues, of course. That is Rangers, that is what we want. He is really the boss that knows what to do. In focus, Son and Salah set for Premier League Golden Boot showdown. As we enter the final few days of the Premier League season, the race for the Golden Boot is set to go down to the wire. Mohamed Salah has netted 22 goals for Liverpool this term but is now only 1 clear of Tottenham forward Heung-min Son. Is it a given that Salah takes home the accolade again? We assess the runners and riders. Egyptian king eyeing crown. The smart money is still on Salah to continue to lead the charts and take home his 3rd Golden Boot in just 5 seasons at Liverpool. He started the campaign in prolific form and netted 10 goals in his opening 9 games, including a hat-trick at Manchester United. The Reds know 11 bagged braces in the 6-0 win against Leeds and the 4-0 thumping of United on his return from the Africa Cup of Nations, but has not found a target in any of his last 4 appearances. Despite his downturn in form, Salah remains bullish about his abilities. If you compare me with any player in my position, not only in my team but in the world, you will find that I am the best. The latest football news in bite-sized chunks. Ben Chilwell has returned to training with his Chelsea teammates. The England wing-back, 25, suffered a serious knee injury when the Blues beat Juventus in the Champions League at Stamford Bridge in November. He had been in fine form before being sidelined, with 4 goals in October, 3 for Chelsea and 1 for the Three Lions, capping a fine start to the season. But having trained with some of his club's youth sides in recent weeks, Chilwell stepped up his rehab yesterday by joining Thomas Tuchel's senior squad. He will not feature against his former club Leicester at the Bridge tomorrow night or Watford on Sunday. And a summer of hard work lies ahead as he battles to return to full fitness in time for the new season. Transfer talk, City set to mark their card for Cucurella bid. Manchester City are eyeing up a surprise move for Brighton star Marc Cucurella. Pep Guardiola believes the Seagulls left-back can solve City's issues in that position after an impressive first season in the Premier League. Cucurella, 23, has 1 goal and 1 assist in 34 top-flight appearances and picked up Brighton's Player of the Season award last week. João Cancelo has regularly filled in on the left-hand side this term, but Guardiola wants to use him on his preferred right flank. And after saying last week that he wants hungry players to join the Citizens squad, the Mail say Cucurella is a top target. The Seagulls only signed the Spaniard from Getafe for £15.4 million in August 2021 and would expect at least double that amount for the Barcelona Academy graduate. But Graham Potter will work hard to keep hold of the player he hailed just 2 weeks ago. Potter said, "He's been really important for us since he's come here. A really infectious personality, so the lads all love him. Great character and bubbly personality around the club, and then on the pitch he brings energy and quality." Rangers' success hinges on halting Eintracht's flying wing-backs. In a pre-match news conference lacking much talk of the opposition, there was one question that stood out in that regard ahead of Rangers' Europa League final clash with Eintracht Frankfurt. Gers captain James Tavernier was pointedly asked for his opinion on Eintracht wingback Filip Kostic. Given the pair are likely to see a lot of each other on the flank they'll share. "Obviously I respect how he's been playing, he's a top player," Tavernier said. "But I've just got to bring the best version of myself when the game starts and try to cause him all the problems, try to make him deal with me for the majority of the game. That's all I can really do." Tavernier's response didn't offer any particularly great insight, but his mentality of wanting to cause Kostic as many problems was at least another identifier of how their duel could be such a key battle. Of course, it's worth pointing out that Tavernier, a right back, remarkably heads into Wednesday's game as the Europa League's top scorer on 7 goals, and realistically, or unrealistically, only a hat-trick from Eintracht's Daichi Kamada can prevent the Englishman from at least ending the season with a share of the competition's golden boot. Further to that, he netted 19 times over the course of the 2020-21 season and could yet match that figure this term. He also has an impressive assists haul of 16. Messi vs Ronaldo.